Hi everyone, my name is Parul. Welcome to my channel Parul English Lab. In this video, we are going to discuss active and passive voice. I will tell you everything about it. Please watch the video till the end so that you are not going to have any confusion regarding active and passive voice. So let's get started. In English, we have two types of voices. Active voice and passive voice. So let's understand them one by one. First is active voice. It means when a subject does an action on the object. When a subject is the doer of an action. Like Max cleaned the car. So here Max is the subject, okay, because Max is the doer of an action and we know an action is the verb. So this is the verb and action. Max cleaned what? So the object is the car. Okay, so we know subject is the doer of an action and the object is the receiver of an action. So here the car is the receiver of this action and Max cleaned the car. So Max did this action. So Max is the doer, subject. So generally we have this structure in active voice: subject, then verb, and then object. She has watched a movie. So here she is the doer of this action. So she is the subject, then watched is the action, and she has watched what? A movie. So movie is an object. Okay. They will make a plan. So who will make a plan? They. So who will do this action? They. So they is the doer, subject. Make is the verb, the action. And what will they make? A plan, object, the receiver of this action. Okay, so this is an active voice, and generally we use active voice because it brings more clarity to the speech. So just to avoid confusion, we use active voice. Now next is passive voice. It tells us what is done to someone or something. So basically in passive voice, what happens? The object becomes the subject, the car, and receives an action. Generally in active voice, the subject is the doer of an action. But here the object, which becomes a subject, receives the action. The car was cleaned by Max. So the car is the subject here. Was cleaned. So this is the verb. This is an action. So here the subject receives an action. By Max. Now by Max, this is an agent. We call it an agent, and agent is the subject in active voice. So here Max is the subject and it comes at the end as an agent in a passive sentence. So this is the structure: subject, verb, and then the object, or an agent you can say. A movie has been watched by her. So a movie, again the object, it is the subject here. A movie has been watched. So here movie receives an action. This is the verb, by her. So here she will be replaced by her. Here I have written everything. These are subject pronoun and object pronoun. We have two types of personal pronouns. One is subject, another one is object. Okay, so I have made a detailed video on pronouns. I will mention the link in description box if you have not watched that video, so please watch it. Okay, so but just to give you an idea, subject pronouns are first person, second person, third person. Okay, I, we, you, he, she, it, they. And object pronouns are me, us, you, him, her, it, them. So I is replaced by me, we is replaced by us, you will not change, he will be replaced by him, she is replaced by her, it will not change, they is replaced by them. Okay, so generally this is what happens here. So here in place of she, you will use her, not she. You cannot make this sentence like a movie has been watched by she. That's incorrect. A movie has been watched by her. A plan will be made by them. They will make a plan. Object is plan. So here this is the subject. A plan will be made by them. So they is replaced by them. So keep this thing in mind always. Okay. If there is you, then you will not change. Then he will be replaced by him. She already we have seen is replaced by her. So keep this thing in mind. Okay. So this is the basic structure. Now why do we use passive voice? Why do we need passive voice? So generally we use passive voice when the subject is not important or you don't want to mention it, you don't know about the subject, then we use passive voice. And yes, when you want to emphasize the action rather than the subject. Okay, so that time we use passive, otherwise we use active. Let me tell you two more important points. Number one, if you want to change an active sentence into passive, then you need an object, because without an object you cannot make a passive voice. We have seen it here, because if we do not have an object, we can't frame it, because the sentence starts with an object, the object becomes the subject in passive sentence. So unless until you have an object in a sentence, you cannot change it into a passive voice. Second is, to understand passive voice, you must have a thorough knowledge of all the tenses. I have made detailed video on each and every tense. It is there on my channel. I will mention the link, and if you have not watched those videos, please watch them. We all know that there are three types of tenses: present tense, past tense and future tense. And further, they have four subcategories: present simple, past simple, future simple, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. Now we cannot make passive sentences in all these categories. Like in future continuous, we don't have a passive sentence. We generally don't make passive sentences in future continuous. Then in present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. So now we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 categories we have where we can make passive sentences. Now let's learn the rules and the structure what we need to follow in all these tenses. We'll go one by one. First, let's take present simple, past simple and future simple. So let's start with present simple tense. So here the rule is subject plus is MR plus V3. V3 means third form of the verb, or we call it past participle as well. So everywhere in all the tenses we use third form of the verb always in a passive sentence. The auxiliary verb and the third form of the verb. Now let's look at this sentence. James makes the bed. So this is an active sentence. James is the subject and the doer of an action makes the bed, and the bed is an object. Now how to change it into passive? The bed, the object becomes the subject. The bed is made is MR. Okay, auxiliary verb will be used according to the subject. Okay, so here the bed is singular third person, so we use is with singular third person. So the bed is auxiliary verb, then make is the verb, and third form of the verb is made. The bed is made. So this is a complete sentence. But yes, if you want to put the agent, then by James, because here it's a particular name. So generally we don't use an agent in a passive sentence, but where the name is mentioned of the person like James, then you can use it. We use it. Okay, otherwise it's not necessary. Alright, next is they repair the car. So subject plus first form of the verb, so they are in present simple. They repair the car. Now how will I change it into a passive sentence? The car, subject, the car is repaired, third form of the verb, by them. So the car is repaired. I help her. She is helped by me. So here I am not saying her is helped by me, because her will be replaced by she and she will be replaced by her. Okay, just keep that table in your mind and you will get to know what will be replaced by what. Okay, so I help her. She is helped by, I is replaced by me. She is helped by me. Okay, so this is the rule which you need to follow to make a passive sentence in present simple. Now next is past simple. Subject plus was were. Obviously we are not going to use is MR in past simple, so auxiliary verbs are was were plus third form of the verb. Now he wrote a letter. So subject plus second form of the verb, he wrote a letter. So this is an active sentence. Okay, now how are we going to change it into passive? A letter, object will become a subject. A letter was written, third form of the verb, a letter was written by him. He is replaced by him. We watched a movie. A movie was watched by us. Was. She sold her earrings. Her earrings, plural. Okay, so with plural we will not use was, we will use were. Her earrings were sold by her. So third form, sell, sold, sold. Now future simple, subject plus will be plus third form of the verb. So you just have to keep the rule in mind. Once you know the rule, it's very easy to frame a sentence. I will complete the project, simple future tense, an active sentence. Now how are you going to change it into a passive sentence? The project will be, and third form of the verb, will be completed by me. The project will be completed. By me is optional whether you want to use it or not. Okay, for example, someone asks you, when are you going to finish the project? Don't worry, project will be completed by tomorrow. Don't worry, this work will be done by tomorrow. So who does it? Who is going to do it? Who will be responsible for this? No one wants to know. So the thing which is important is the action. Okay, the project will be completed. Someone will check the papers by tomorrow. When will I get my papers? Don't worry, the papers will be checked by tomorrow. So this work will be done by tomorrow. Who does it? That's not important. Okay, so this way we make passive sentences in present simple, past simple and future simple. Now let's move on to the continuous forms of verb. Next is present continuous and past continuous. So let's see how we can make passive sentences in present continuous and past continuous. I have not written future continuous over here because we don't make passive sentences in future continuous. Okay, so here the rule is subject plus the auxiliary verb is MR plus being plus third form of the verb. She is baking the cake. So here the meaning of this sentence is that an action, the action of baking is going on right now. Okay, so now if you change it into passive, the cake is being baked, so meaning doesn't change. It's just that the object becomes the subject, but present continuous is present continuous. The cake is being baked means this action is going on right now in present. That's why I told you just revise or brush up your tenses first so that you can understand passive properly. Okay, so just revise and watch those videos and understand that properly. So here the cake is being baked, third form of the verb. The cake is being baked. So what is being done right now? The cake is being baked. He is taking a class. A class is being taken, third form of the verb, taken by him, again optional. So this way you can make a passive sentence in present continuous. Now past continuous, the rule is subject plus was were being plus third form of the verb. They were making a movie, active sentence. Now how to change it into passive? A movie was being made, third form of the verb. A movie was being made. We were conducting the interviews, active sentence, passive. The interviews were being conducted by us. Okay, so this way you can make passive sentence in past continuous or present continuous. Next is present perfect, past perfect and future perfect. So let's start with present perfect. So the rule is subject plus has or have been plus third form of the verb With he, she, it singular third person we use has, otherwise have. Have been plus third form of the verb. She has completed her work. This is an active sentence. Now passive is her work, object, her work has been completed. Her work, singular third person, it. So has, her work has been completed by her, that's optional. Next is we have visited this place. This place has been visited by us. Now past perfect, subject plus had been plus third form of the verb. A girl had broken the window, an active sentence. The window had been broken by a girl. Prisoners had robbed the bank. The bank had been robbed by prisoners. So here it's important to mention prisoners because it's giving information about the prisoners, that who has done it, this has been done or this had been done by prisoners. Next is future perfect, subject plus will have been plus third form of the verb. Jenny will have played badminton. It's an active sentence. Badminton will have been third form of the verb, played by Jenny. It's a name, so that's why I have mentioned it. My mom will have cooked the food. The food will have been cooked. By the time I reach home, the food will have been cooked. So the meaning is same, like it's future perfect, so the meaning is same whether it's a passive sentence or an active sentence, the meaning will remain the same. It's just that the action is more important. We are emphasizing the action rather than the subject. That's why we have made passive sentences. Now we have seen how to make a passive sentence in different tenses. Now let's see how we can make a passive sentence when it comes to modal verbs. So there is only one rule, subject plus modal verb plus be plus third form of the verb. He can clean the house. This is an active sentence. He can clean the house. The house, object will become a subject. The house, then modal verb can be third form of the verb. The house can be cleaned. He can clean the house can be cleaned. This work can be done. I should sing a song should be sung by me. A song should be sung. You have to make a presentation has to be made by tomorrow. Okay, so this way you can make a passive sentence using a modal verb. The rule is subject plus modal verb plus be plus third form of the verb. Now let's see how to make passive sentences using past modal verbs. Past modal verbs are must have, could have, might have, may have. So the rule is subject plus past modal verb plus been plus third form of the verb. He must have completed the work. This is an active sentence. The work must have been completed. So the work then must have been plus third form of the verb. I should have invited them. It's an active sentence. Them will be replaced by they. They should have been invited. She might have lost her keys. Her keys might have been lost. So when it comes to past modal verbs, then the rule is subject plus past modal verb plus been plus third form of the verb. So that's all for today. Keep practicing, keep learning. Thank you, take care, have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching my videos. If you find them helpful, please like and share with your friends. Feel free to leave comments. Do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to receive a notification for the new videos. Thank you, take care and have a great day.